Hey, my name is Matias Rengel with Guitar Control, and today you're going to be learning how to play a minor 7th chord in 12 different ways. That's right, if you thought you knew one way to play, well, there's 12 different ways to play this same chord all over the neck. If you have any question, please leave it down as a comment, and remember to click on the link in the description to get the tab. Let's get down to it. Let's start off by grabbing the most easy minor chord ever, an A minor 7. So here are the inversions that I'm going to show you. I'm going to play them for you really fast. So it seems a bit complicated, but actually it's very, very, very simple. So stay with me. So the first chord, the first thing that you need to understand is that an A minor 7 is a chord with 4 notes, 4 different notes. It has an A, a C, it has an E, and a G. Right. Now, when we say inversions, we mean starting on different notes of the chord. So if I have an A, C, E, G, if I start on the C, that means it's the first inversion, right? So if I do C, I need to follow the order though, most of the time for the C, E, G, A. That's the first inversion. So if this chord, it starts on the A. This is a root position. But if I start here, it still sounds like an A minor, 7. If there's a bass player there that's playing the A and I'm just playing this, it's going to be totally fine. So what if I start on the E? If I start on the E, that will be the second inversion, right? It has a different sound, but it still sounds like an A minor. Now if I start on the G, it's going to be a third inversion. Really cool. So now, it's a little bit more complicated to play these chords on guitar than in piano, because if I wanted to play a first inversion of A on guitar, I would need to go C, E, then we'll go to G, and then I would need to go to A. I can't really stretch my fingers that far, impossible. I would either have to choose between G and A, or just, I don't know, find another way to play it. So what we're going to do is we're going to find another way to play, and that is drop 2. We're going to send the second note of the position an octave above, okay? It's not the second note of A minor. It's the second note of the inversion. So for example, if I'm in A minor and I'm like A, C, E, G, I'm going to send C. And so I'm going to end up having A, E, G, C. You understand? I send this one there. If I'm in the first inversion, which is C, E, G, A, I'm going to send the second note, which is E. And I'm going to end up having this. I'm going to end up having C, G, A, and then E. You understand now? So that's what we're going to be doing. So the first chord that we're going to play, we have the A minor. The second one is the first inversion. And for the first inversion is this one. We're going to be playing on the 5th string. You're going to play the 3rd fret of the 5th string. Then you're going to play this 5th fret of the 4th string and 2nd fret of the 3rd string. Then we're going to play the 5th fret of the 2nd string. Just like that. That's the first inversion right there. Look at that. Now interchange. Now you know 2 A minor 7. Look at that. You can grab it. You can just go and play instead of for example, if you were gonna play like something like. Now you can play. Right, you can interchange, right? You can do the same thing with this one. You could do like. And it sounds different, and it's kind of cool, especially if you have a bass player there supporting you, you know, like, and he's playing the bass notes, and you just can go crazy with the inversion. So anyway, that's the first inversion. Then we're gonna go into a second inversion. You're gonna place your middle finger on the 7th fret of the 5th string, and ring finger on the 7th fret of the 4th string, then index finger on the 5th fret of the 3rd string, and pinky finger on the 8th fret of the 2nd string. There you go. Very easy. So now you know different ways of playing A minor 7. Then we're gonna go to the third inversion. We're gonna place our middle finger on the 10th fret of the 5th string, ring finger on the 10th fret of the 4th string, index finger on the 9th fret of the 3rd string, and pinky finger on the 10th fret of the 2nd string. That's it. So what I recommend is that you play these chords up and down. You know, like that. I recommend you find a way, maybe exchange them. Like, for example, first you play the root position, then you play the second inversion, then you play the first inversion, and then finally you play the third inversion, you know, or backwards. You play the third inversion, first inversion, second inversion, root position. And if you're able to play this with rhythm, with a metronome, that's going to help you even more, you know. And now all you have to do is basically transpose this to different strings. Let's say, for example, that you want to play this one. Just transpose it, find the same note. Yeah, you go there. You know? There you go. Same with this one. And then we go. Play this one. You just find the same note there. Let's say you wanted to play this one above. Most of the time, when we're playing on the 6th string, I'm going to show you what we do. But see, we have this one there, and this one here, and we have this one here. But most of the time in the 6th string, we are not really playing like this. Because it's too low and it sounds a little bit muddy. So what we do is we take this a step further, and we do drop 3 most of the time. We send the second note of drop 2, not above. So instead of playing this, right there, we play, send this one above, and we play. Same with this one, you know. Right here, we send this one, which is the second note of the position above. And it sounds a little bit more alive, right? And now you have like a... That's it. You have 12 ways of playing an A minor 7. And with this, you can learn all over it. One exercise that I strongly suggest is that you pick 2 minor 7 chords. For example, A minor and E minor. And let's say, and you just practice, and you just go, okay, now I'm going to play E minor with the metronome, and you play it for 1 bar. And then you change to A minor without moving the less amount of frets possible. And you change. You know, and it will become like second nature to you, and you will be able to. The cool thing about this is that you are going to be able to improvise chord. You're going to be able to improvise with chords in a very smooth way. You're no longer going to have to be like. You're going to play awesome chords. You know, they're going to be so smooth. It sounds awesome, you know. And it brings a different quality and texture to the music. And yeah, and that's it. Practice them every day. And there you have it. I hope you've enjoyed this lesson and that you're able to incorporate all these minor 7 inversions into your playing. I would love to know what you think about this lesson, so please let me know right below as a comment. Also, remember to click on the link in the description or the annotation to get the tab. I would also love to know what you would like me to teach you next, so leave a comment right below. And don't forget to subscribe to Guitar Control YouTube channel for daily guitar lessons. Thank you so much for watching.